right, we're turning now to some football. Are you ready for the Steamwheelers? The Quad City area football team opens its season for arena football this Friday night. Last season, the Wheelers made it to the playoffs, and this year, they've got almost an entirely new squad, and they're looking to push their season even further. And this year, you have 8 chances to see the Steamwheelers in action at Vibrant Arena in Moline. And it's why we've got team owner Doug Bland and defensive lineman Keyshawn Moore joining us today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Keyshawn, I got to start with you. You're one of only, 8 players returning this year?
Yes,
how does that change the team dynamics, or how are you feeling about this team?
Changed it a little bit. I think having those 8 guys there helps the rookies kind of mesh together and come along, kind of tell them how the day-to-day operations are and kind of keep them focusing on the game as opposed to looking out in the crowd.
So when you got a squad like this that is so new, how do you go about team building or team bonding?
Just spending time together. I get guys that come to QC Strongman workout. I think little things like that kind of get the guys to mesh pretty well.
Well, Doug, I heard you on a Quad City Sports podcast yesterday, one of our former colleagues. You said that this team has some of the most talent you've seen in a Steamwheeler team. What do you mean by that?
So, in the previous years, we've brought back more players that we've probably had before. This is probably the most young talent that we have. They're hungry. They know what they're here for. They become a member of this community and entrenched into the community. And just the quarterbacks that we have 2 really talented quarterbacks. And on most teams, you have your starting quarterback, and then there's a much bigger step below to your backup. And I think we have literally 2 really, really quality quarterbacks. And Coach Ross has put together one heck of a roster, and having fellas like Keyshawn Moore coming back, and a couple of key guys that came back from the previous year. Our linebacker Bubba and a couple other guys. I mean, it's going to be a great season. And if people have never seen one of our games, I mean, it is a lot of fun. I mean, from 8 to 80, you're going to have a great time.
See, okay, the very first Steamwheeler game that I ever went to, someone got proposed to on the Jumbotron. So you never know what's going to happen at a Steamwheelers game. But it's not just the games. You have your guys getting involved in the community as well. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we do school visits. We do charitable work. We do a lot of stuff in the community. Obviously, this team means a lot to the community, and we mean a lot to them as well. So, we try to do as much as we can. And, going into the schools, and every time we do a school visit, every kid that was at that school gets a free kids ticket to the upcoming game. So, they have to come home and say, Mom, I got to meet, the starting defensive end for the Steamwheelers today, and they're playing Saturday. Can we go? That type of stuff. So it's very important to us to be very entrenched in the community.
Oh my gosh, Keyshawn, when you see those kids, I mean, they got to be big-eyed looking up at you.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It's a pretty good feeling. I actually coach back home where I'm from, so I'm used to working with kids. But it is awesome to come in with the jersey, and all the kids are coming up screaming, wanting to meet you and have you sign things. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah,
what's the atmosphere like when you're playing at Vibrant Arena?
It's amazing. I don't get as much of a chance to enjoy it as other people, just because me personally, I like to keep my eyes locked in on what's on the turf. But when you get a chance to sit back and kind of look at everything, it is amazing to see all the fans and just how much the community loves us and, just comes out to the games and supports us every night.
I used to follow the Steamwheelers inadvertently a couple of years ago. I'm from South Dakota, and you played the Sioux Falls team all the time. So that was my first introduction to the Steamwheelers. Before I let you go, Keyshawn, you guys are playing Green Bay on Friday night.
Yep.
Okay, we got to talk about this. You guys went 1 for 4 against them last year. How you feeling for this season?
I feel fine. I think the guys are locked in. We're getting better every day. I'm just looking forward to putting the helmet on and being able to hit someone else other than our teammates.
I love it. Guys, thank you both so much for coming in today.
Appreciate it.
For you guys at home, the season kicks off Friday night at the Vibrant Arena in Moline, and we've got the Steamwheelers' full home game schedule up on WQAD.com. Just click on the As Seen on TV tab.